Yeah, don't mind me. I am, hold on, actually, I gotta run this test. I gotta make sure these things work. I accidentally broke, the setup. So everything's a little bit misshapen. Meantime, let's actually get this running. There's a good few minutes to, get these balls set up, you know? Okay, yeah, that works a bit better. Yeah, we're not, no, this time, I'm gonna own the fuck up. You know what? Gonna be a man. Okay, I think, there we go. Let me make sure the chat widget is working. What the heck is the chat widget? Right here. There we go. Okay, chat widget is working. And can you guess what I've been watching? The nice thing about my real life work is that it gives me plenty of time to stay up to date on the latest slop content, so I can keep my finger on the pulse and complain more accurately about YouTube slop. And actually also throw... Ooh. Oh, man. The guess the situation's crazy. Yeah, dude. It's like, dude. This bread bug will not be for salt F4ing, so do not fret. I will... yeah. I think it's like... I have a few ideas. I have a few game theories, if you will. Let me, let's get our memorial already. Memorial will be right here. I'm thinking I just gotta lock in. And there's ways I can approach this a lot more smart as well, not like just say fuck it and kill myself. Hmm. The last image I'm missing. There we go. Okay, I gotta drag him down here. There we go. Now everybody's watching. But yeah, I think this time around, it's kind of like, I should just own up. I should not use the job excuse. I should play smarter. And now that we do have the rare candies as well, I think that'll make like me a little bit like I think having the rare candies help as well, because like what made me more being like I want to fucking salt F4 is how long it took to grind shit up. I know we were like this. I would say even with a few salt F4s, this run was a pretty solid learning experience. I think I did pretty decently with only like 3 salt F4s. But, like, now we got the tracker, we got some better tools for it, we got better knowledge. I actually talked with one of my Pokemon friends about my run. Like, how I mentioned, like, how it feels like the early game Pokemon are kind of ass, and he's like, yeah, it's like, why, he says, it's why he likes Black 2 and White 2 more, because, like, the early game is pretty restrictive in what you can use. Yeah, beating Bryson was a no-breaker, it's just, I got fucked by Twist Mountain. I got fricked up by Twist Mountain, bro. Fricked it by Twist Mountain, but we can we're being smart this time. We're being smarter. Yeah, it's like we went a full stream, got an Axew, no debt. We only intentionally stuffed one Pokemon in order to kill the gym lead. Brilliant stuff. And then, freaking then, died like lost so many to Twist Mountain. But now, we got so first of all, we got rare candies, which is going to help us with the grind, so we don't gotta worry about farming Ladinos and, like, splitting hairs over possibly dying to wild Pokemon. We're gonna go with Hilda this time, because I died with fucking Thurman. We gotta think of a naming scheme? Could go Lindsay Ellis. Give me that, thank you. Is it Lindsay or Lindsay? It's Lindsay, okay. Well, we gotta. You gotta choose an OG. Yeah, at first I did kind of hate her, because, like, I thought she got, like, arrested for drunk driving, but no, she just got arrested for public intoxication. That could gotta be anything. I don't really have much comment on her. All I can say is I don't really like her new content. And I laughed really hard at the Harry Partridge joke, where it's like, oh no, you know, she used to review Thumbelina, but now she reviews communism. I have no real comments on her. Alright, this is round 2, boys. What should our naming scheme be this time? We did the Pikmin one before. Ah. Dude, I'm sorry. I can't take Hilda seriously. I think the only person I know who knows is Aiden about Mage Knight 404, I think. Yeah. Who knows Mage Knight 404? I need... So he was a Let's Player. But what he would do is that he would fully voice act everything himself, and self-insert himself into every LP with, like, his own, like, little pixel sprite avatar. And I think I remember he even made, like, ROM hacks of, like, where he put himself into Fire Emblem. I gotta say, I admire the effort, but he recorded it and put it online, so it's like, oh my god, dude. And he has like a 20-minute long Let's Play of, like, the first episode of Black and White that I only found from Retropray, where, like, he's, like, RPing and conversing with Hilda, and it's so weirdly cringy and awkward. I kinda love it a bit. Can you please play that Fire Emblem hack? I'm not sure if he released it. Anyways, fun fact. Talk about AI chatbots, man. Capiche. AI chatbots are only like most fun for gaslighting, really. It's like after a while, AI chatbots like all blend into the same thing after a while, so they all got suck, not gonna lie. But it's like, they give you the illusion well enough. I think that the AI is best for disposable shitpost content. It's like, because, like, once in a while you get, like, a really funny, stupid-looking AI image and then it spreads, like Mr. Cheddar, which is like, what the hell is he? Mage Knight, like, Knight. Anyways, this was kind of fun. What I saw before, we're gonna go Servine, but I found out that it's like Snivy is kind of the weakest pick out of 3, because it takes a little bit for him to get going, and his stats aren't all that good. Tepig's typing, meanwhile, makes him very, very useful for the early game. And Oshawott is just Oshawott. Oshawott's like the GOAT, you know? Oshawott's a very, very good water type, so it gives you, like, good water type coverage and is a good mon. But I'm still gonna stick with Snivy, because I have a feeling that, like, Grass-type Mon, plus getting, Simpor is, I think that's, like, a bit stronger of a, what's it called? A bit better of a strategy. And this is talking from, like, Nuzlocke perspective. I was, like, talking with a friend, he's like, yeah, Tepig's typing actually makes him fantastic for the early game. And I kind of agree. Because you've got fire type, you got fire type coverage for like a lot of early encounters. It lets you storm through like the bugs. It lets you storm through everything, and then it's like I think you only start to hit some hiccups after when you hit Elisa. And you know what? We're gonna go with Snivy. I don't know, man. I underrated that fish, and that I was, like, mocking that fish in the same stream he fucking sweeped my party. So maybe that fish has got something to him. No, I can't. Dude, he humbled me. He humbled me so hard. I thought he was ass. No, I did not know his game. Snivy? Snivy? I think it's like Arceus, Arceus, where it's like both are technically right. Alright, so we got Snivy as our first lock. Let me actually punch that in. I still gotta, like, look at his, Still gotta look at his stats to be certain. I think the only thing that makes this a little bit rough is how sometimes the AI in this game can be, like, a little bit stupid. Unless you're fighting the veteran trainers. Because, like, the veterans actually have, are kind of smart with their moveset. They'll use high prio moves to finish off, if possible. Like, that veteran with the fish. Oof. But yeah, I think it's like I feel slightly good about that last run though. I'm mildly proud like how far we got with like minimal alt F4ing. And most of alt F4ing was like frustration from like not having rare candies. So I got Cerebi all set up as well, so we can like look at trainer battles in advance, since we clearly can't underestimate them either. I think owning up to that mistake is just very important, because it's like, okay, now I know I really, really cannot frick around. You know what? We're just gonna fast forward to this part too. There we go. Did I forget to nickname my Snivy? Or am I stupid? I think I'm a little bit stupid. You get a little while before we get the running shoes too, so... Dude, this game is like if you smoke the weeds. Well, I guess our Snivy's gonna stick as Snivy. We'll find the name raider and nickname Snivy to Servine. Oh, there we go. You know what? We're not gonna have any line of thinking. We're gonna vibe. Who's that Pokemon? What year did this game come out again? Hold on. I'm gonna say, like, that's like a flip phone, like, sorry, like... What was it called? There's this one, like... type of camcorder that was really popular that looked like that. Called, like, I think, like, the flip camcorder or something like that. It was really popular around, like, 2000... the late 2010s, I think. Back when camcorders were a thing. Does anybody know about the flip camcorder? Because I remember it's like back in the day. It's like I really wanted to make YouTube videos when I was younger. Because like I saw some Fred and I was like, oh my god, I can do this too. And then it's like for Christmas I got like a... I know, first thing, I got like a really cheap camcorder and just like messed around, took a bunch of photos with it, and it was kind of like poop. And then I got a flip one, which had like a built-in video editor that I messed around and made like, made stupid parodies with. Okay. So I actually have a few ideas for some early game strategies. Part of me is realizing, you know, if Audino was smart, Audino might actually be a pretty good early game pick because of how chunky she is. So I'm thinking, because these routes, these early routes have such a bad Pokemon. Like Route 1, for example, has only Patrat and Lillipup. Like, the first two routes only have Patrat, Lillipup, and Audino. So I'm thinking, maybe instead I can force an Audino encounter and catch her early. I'm assuming this one won't, like the first one, run. Like, let's fingers crossed for a Lillipup, boys. Oh, your bag's different. Oh, I guess that is, like, has been traditionally. Why did I open that? So I'm thinking Route 1. We're just gonna see what the first encounter is. I'm hoping a Lillipup. Okay, what do we get? Ah! Okay, you know what? At least we got someone who, like, we can stuff. So, the Patrat, we're just gonna kill when we get the time. What? Oh my god. This is not a good omen. This is not a good omen at all. That was not a good omen. You're gonna be, yeah, I'm trying to think. You should actually find a fun line of thinking for names, now that I think about it. You know what, we're gonna call you Matt Rat, because that was, or Rat Pat. No offense to great Matt Pat, but come on. There we go. Alright, that is our... Oh yeah, also, hold on. Okay, naive nature. That's higher speed, lower special defense. And now we got our Rat Pat. Why is my name Red? He's bold. It's bold. A lot of things going on, but they've gone too far in a few places. We're gonna make sure to, like, note their natures as well, so we can get some good, comparisons, too. And also... I'm starting off with, like, the nepotism start. Okay, so since we got Pat Rat as our first encounter, I'm thinking for our Route 2 encounter, we're gonna look for an Audino. And then for the Dream Yard, I'm still gonna gamble on a Mana, because I just personally really, really like Mana. Yep. It's Skype. Okay. Okay. We'll get this all done. Well, I just want to do this, like, one last thing just to make sure I'm... Oh, wait, no, N's gonna fight us right now. Or, never mind, we don't have to fight N. I just realized we should probably just get to level 7 before fighting him. Okay, yeah, I guess it's like I'm doomed to get a rat. Oh, wait, shit. Okay, after we got that. Let's get to 7, get Vine Whip, get some stab. Yeah, if I had to, I think that, like, Naive is decent for Servine here. I think the lack of special defense might hurt us a little bit, but hey. I just mailed. Okay. It only applied to traded mons, yes. Let me actually make a new save. What do you mean? You are bitching me in a butt. I guess we're making save states then. Okay. Let's pray those don't get corrupted. I wonder why Pokemon always has those, like, weirdly obtuse mechanics. Like, okay, you just can't, you have to, delete the game from, like, I guess to prevent accidental wipes, but still. Like, to, like, stop your little brother. Okay, I kind of understand that now. To, like, stop your little brother from playing the game and saving over your progress. But then they have the same thing with, like, an X and Y, where you can select, like, where, like, every language is built into the game, but once you set the language, it's permanently locked to that copy and you can't change it ever. Fight! Fight! Oh, thank you, Servine. Yeah, I don't think we gotta worry about the true ending, I guess. As long as we don't have to reload the save, we'll be just fine. I don't think it forces you... Wait, it does force you after you beat the Elite Four, doesn't it? Yes, we did, Tien. Yes, we did. We got fish wiped last game. Hold on. Is there any item here that we need to grab before we go? We are... Yeah, we're gonna get Cerebi ready? Okay, so there's nothing really that good here. So we can just move on without having to, like, talk to people. We're going to Servine Star, but being a bit smarter about things. Actually, let me get more Pokeballs, too. Is that... Matt... Oh! That bitch-ass Matt Pat took it. Nice. Yeah, Wipe Wednesday, and it's like, you know what? Let's own up. We could be smarter. You wonder what I'm doing here? Oh, fuck me. I messed up the manip. I guess we're getting a little pup. Don't for hit, please. Okay. I was trying to force spawn an Audino. I guess we can kind of do that in the, we can do that in the Dream Yard, at least. Because I'm realizing that Audino is actually, I think, a pretty solid early mon, just from how tanky she is. You know what? Part of me wants to, like, keep with a theme and just, like, name it after random slop YouTubers. I think that would be really funny. Actually, you know what? Yeah. No offense to Matt Pat, your content is a little bit clickbaity, so you get, like, an honorary badge for it. So, what the heck? I don't know my slop tubers too well. I just know, like, a few I bump into on the streets. So maybe we could, name you, what the heck? See, this is good, because then it's like, I don't care if they die. Here, actually, let me check, Streamlabs oh, God. Real quick. Because I want to see if I can fix it to make it display, live chat instead of just stream chat. I didn't realize that the pop-ups were, doing that, because they had the autofilter. Unfortunately, one of the advantages Twitch has over, YouTube streaming. Ducklet Dolan Dark, true. Yeah, it looks like we're out of luck, chat. So, But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking of like the OG guy. I'm just gonna go based on memory. This dude, Sunny V2. Maybe we could also, like, pull up some old commentary YouTubers from, like, 2010s. You want that? Yeah, let's just name them after random VTubers. Not VTubers, YouTubers. Vital Spirit. Ah! You suck, Sunny V2. And he's, brave. Got one who's brave and one who's bold. Brave is not that bad. I think the extra attack is nice. I know he's a little bit chunky. Just gonna hit the Pokemon Center real quick. Make a save state there, since we actually gotta... Now I gotta, like, regular make them since I can't delete the save already, and I don't want to restart everything. I think, like, have been, like, rewatching a few YouTubers, and, like, reason why is, like, what's it called? It was, like, I hate everything in iDubbbz. I've been thinking about iDubbbz recently, because there have been stupid videos about him appearing, because, okay, you know, this is the most political you probably hear me get, but as horrifying as the whole Israel conflict is going, I think, this is just proof that political YouTubers are the worst people on Earth, because imagine, you know, taking conflict where 1,000 civilians are dying and going, you know what, how can I make this about, owning Ethan Klein? Because, I don't like him. You don't have to morally justify disliking a guy, you know? You can just be like, I don't like him. Pyro absolutely still does slum. I can say that for sure. How many rats are in here? It's like, I think that's the biggest issue with any political YouTuber. I think there was, out of like all these random essays and stuff I watched at work, there's only one history YouTuber I watched who, I forget his name. But I remember it's like, to support his talking points, he would you know, use primary sources, you know. It's stuff you're supposed to do when you're, it's stuff that you're supposed to do when you're talking about history. It's like, oh yeah, it's like, you know what, here's what happened in history, here's like my actual documents. Like in their official military report, so they're like pretty solid, unbiased primary source documents to support the case. I think we can actually still sweep with our starters, so I don't gotta worry about leveling these guys up. Or I could walk 3 steps and instantly get around to another person. Okay. And I think the entire iDubbbz thing was just kind of insane. I just watched, like, an abridged recap of it, and it's really funny how I was like, you know, I can't do the content cop because it's just like, you know, I was acting holier than thou, and I'm not in that position. By the way, Ethan Klein, you made fun of my angry friends, and I'm gonna give them all the benefit of the doubt and hate you. Yeah, that's the most I can really say on it. It's like, I completely checked out from him when he made it. I think it was, like, a little bit before, like, when, I think 2017 was when I kind of, like, checked out from him. Like, when the adpocalypse happened. And it was like, okay, you know what? This is no, I should mention. There is nothing wrong with changing your content to adapt to the times. It's just like, don't have trolls. Don't be a little bitch about it. Be like, yeah, you know, I made this content, but it's like, it doesn't work for the times now. So, it's like I had to adapt. All you had to say, you know. You had to shut up, but no, it's like, you know. The Rice Gum one was still funny. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. But there is no shame in adapting your content to changing advertising guidelines and stuff like that. And just don't act like you're a better person because you no longer make edgy content, you know? So I need to remember, it isn't like, hold on. 35, 50. So it's 35 times 1.5 for stab. So, like, tackle is pretty much the exact same as vine whip. I think tackle is actually a little bit better. Oh man, Bianca's in, like, for a treat. Her level cap is supposed to be 7. And I think it's, like, his rant content, even if it is, like, a little bit less, it's, like, there was a shit, like, I remember he did, like, his anti-vaxxer rant, which I think even was still him, was still, like, him, even if it was, like, a little bit contemporary, because he was just being like, yeah, it's like, you know, if you agree with this position, I think you're a dick, and calling people idiots, basically. And then came, like, later on was, like, his Cartnark rant, where he was, like, trying to be, like, he was, like, trying to, like, be morally righteous about Cartnarks, and, like, no! You could just say Cartnarks are complete dicks and, like, and then clown on them for that, you know? Let's match through this. Oh man, good old iDubbbz. And I think it's like, yeah. Ooh. There's no shame in shifting content to something different, adapting the times a little bit, all that stuff. Just don't shift content and pretend that because you're making different content, you are a morally better person. You are still, like, making basic videos for YouTube. You're not changing worlds. Oh. That's right, we're gonna have to fight. Double Leer might be a bit concerning, but I'm pretty sure we can just lamb our, I got set to set. You're gonna keep using Tail Whip, we'll take that. Cool. Yeah, we're still here. I thought you... Okay, she said a tough cookie. I thought she's like, man, you're cooking. And I was like, what the heck? Bianca, a time traveler? Okay, so next is the Dream Yard, we can get our monkey. I think the level cap for these guys is going to be, 14. Okay. And yeah, I kind of think, well, I know what, I tapped out at H3 when he started doing basic Reddit React content, but he at least didn't act insufferable, you know? It wasn't until the podcast that he just got really, really lame. I don't think there's anything morally reprehensible about Ethan at all. It's just, he's at least more... What's it called? He's lame. Uncas wash, as the kids say these days. And I get kind of why, because podcast content must be, like, way more straightforward to make in, like, the modern YouTube economy. But man. I don't even listen to podcasts, so it's pretty easy for me to dip out of. It's just like I put on random history videos or like read essays or whatever. Or, like read documents or books, you know? I would not know anything. I know nothing about H3 other than it's like he's just really, really lame. And just a loser. That's all I can really say about him. F1, nice. Did he become a bread tuber? I don't know. Hey, you know what they say about assuming. Don't assume, lest you make an ass out of you and me. And what's this town called again? Hold on, I'm gonna go in it now. It's, okay, we can get some basculin here. Oh! I should mention, I'm always like, you know, whenever I talk about stuff, I don't want to be your final arbiter of your opinion or whatnot. Yeah, we can get some dusk balls here. And, yeah, that's it. I think it's a shame because I still think, like, I have been, like, rewatching... I rewatched some old content from Ethan, and I think his, like, reaction videos are so unique for the time. They're so, like, really stupid but funny. And they have a lot of personality to them, too. They are very unique for their time, and I completely understand, like, why I got enraptured by him when I was younger. It's like, I know that edgy era of YouTube ain't gonna come back, but I can be like, man, you know, those were some, pretty good videos, you know? If I had a beer or a Dr. Pepper with me right now, you'd hear me sipping. But I gotta cut back on, yeah. Why am I using Vine Whip? We already know, Tackle's the way to go. It's very weird. I know, like, the meta is longer videos, because everybody who grew up with YouTube now has, like, office jobs or jobs where they can afford to, like, watch long videos at a time. That's at least my personal opinion. I still think there's a lot of value in short 10-minute videos. Like, I think, like, even rewatching old John Joiner Game Grumps, like, those were 10 minutes long, but they feel so jam-packed with good content. It's like, now it's kind of like the meta is to stretch it out to get as much watch time as possible in very in-depth essays. I would definitely say we're in the era of the video essay. I think, like, back in the 2010s, like, it's very rare that you had video... Oops. Very rare that you had a video go over 10-15 minutes, because that was golden number. And the very few people I found who did, I think it's like Matthew Matosis or something like that, he, like, justified those lengths with his very well-made essays. I think he was very far ahead of his time when it came to, like, video game essays. It's Matthew Matosis, if you guys are wondering. I think I mentioned before, the biggest difference is that now YouTuber and content creator is a viable career path. So people are going to be incentivized to, create their content that works to become more like a career path, you know? Can't really blame them for following that incentive, you know? If they really want to become like, if they really want to, make money like that. And I'm not saying that I hate this era of YouTube essays. I think it's like, there are some fantastic long... I think it's very nice that there is, like, now a door open for long-form content. There's this one guy who I've been watching, who I absolutely love his coverage of games. It's, Majular, however you want to pronounce it. I first caught it because I was thinking about, like, I tried to get into, the Tales of series, and I really could not stick with it. But I was very intrigued by the game and wanted to kind of, like, you know, figure out, like, you know, what makes this game so interesting. Majular made a very, very good in-depth video covering every single aspect of, Tales of Symphonia. And then he basically just specialized in making a bunch of videos on, like, older, that, like, I forget which gen, GameCube, PS2, PS1 era of, RPGs and such. And his coverage is so good! His videos are so good! He, like, covers them so well. Like, he made an entire video on Xenogears, and I think it's, like, one of the best Xenogears videos out there because of, like, how much respect he gives to both the themes of the story, the production history, the ups and downs of gameplay and everything. It's very, very well made. And I appreciate the channels like that, because it's like, I wish I had more time, time and energy to invest into a game like Xenogears, you know? Someday maybe I'd play it. But it's like, I still have, like, Shin Megami Tensei 4 on the backlog that I have not gotten to. Okay, yeah. I'm realizing what come for our typing. And what I'm saying is that, like, I'm glad there's definitely avenues for longer form content. Because sometimes you cannot cover something in, like, 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes you need to, like, take the time to, like, get to the nitty-gritty of something in detail. But, oh, man, God, that long form of content is mostly being abused and filled with, like, dead air, and it's, like, covers mindless history. I like to talk about, like, I think two great examples had to be, like, Turkey Tom as a great example. Because he just bloats his videos with so much garbage that could just be cut out or, like, trimmed down, but he doesn't give a fuck. He's making millionaire money off of boring coverage of random internet personalities. Brevity is the soul of wit, you know? Anyways, we're gonna name you, Get it? Because he's moist. He's a moist monkey. So we get our Dream Yard gift. I personally like to count that as a separate encounter. What's nature we got? Quiet. What does quiet do? Increase special attack, lower speed. Yeah, I'm thinking you're goated. I'm thinking we're goated. I think that's pretty good. Like, I think critical is I think, like, out of all the swap tubers, the most real ones I kind of bump into are critical and Mutahar. Now, granted, I think Mutahar is, like, I'm being a bit more cynical about Mutahar. I think he's a lot more lame. We gotta get cut before we can get our mana. But the thing about Critical is that he is always genuine. Even when he's wrong, he's genuine, and he's willing to kind of, like, own up to mistakes. He feels like, out of all the soft tubers, as much as I hate his content, I hate his type of content, I respect how genuine he is making that. He's just normal! He's like one of the most normal guys that makes slop tier content. It's like when it comes to Mutahar, sometimes, like, Mutahar is, like, annoying. Like, sometimes he does annoying moral grandstanding, or he's just, like, annoyingly misinformed. He also went to bat for Asmongold, which I cannot stand for. It's because, like, Critical is normal. That is exactly why. Out of all the slop tubers, it's like he's pretty normal, and he just, like, he seems to have, like, some mild vested interest in it. I think Mutahar, like, the only drama was some guy basically started going like, "Hey, Mutahar, This is actually why I talk about slap videos, because mind you, I do not restrict the... I'm not gonna be like, oh, this guy's a lefty, I'm gonna watch it. Well, I think what makes this entire H3 iDubbbz Hassan drama really funny in particular, to me, we wanna save state this shit, is I like to watch also, and one of the things I think most interesting is that I watched a few video essays from more left-wing breadtuber-ish guys. The first half of the video is very, very... Oh wait, that's right, your first mon is to pig. Okay, pardon me. Is that basically, they have, like, very good, very well-researched, in-depth coverage about, like, the entire Palestine-Israel situation. And then they go, because of these war crimes, this is why you have to agree with Hassan, and if you slightly disagree with Hassan, you are denying a genocide. And it's like, oh my god, what is wrong with you people? Hey guys, let me talk about my opinion on Israel. All I'm saying is that what's going on over there is an utter travesty, and the fact that people are using it to, like, go with, like, oh, you know, how can we use international politics to tell you that, that you should like Hassan is disgusting. Yes, it is Gemini. We wiped last run. We got fish wiped. Yeah, pardon me, man. It's like, I watch these videos, and I think that does make me mad, because it is legitimate, well-researched, well-cited, very well-cited coverage. And then they just drop the ball and give up, and then, like, just bring out, like, ad hominem, start using, like, manipulative tactics to be like, you know, if you don't like Hassan, you're a supervillain. You're a level 5 supervillain. Hey, do you know that I dislike all these people involved intensely? Hassan isn't fighting for anyone's rights, Ethan isn't fighting for anyone's rights, they matter nothing in the grand scheme of things. In fact, if you care, I think instead you should, like, you know, donate to any sort of, humanitarian organization who's trying to help with the, who's trying to, like, help mitigate the genocide that's currently going on in the Middle East. I think that's my opinion. You should not care about, Ethan or iDubbbz too much, at least. And I just think framing such a horrible event just to, like, have millionaire, like, to be like, oh, this is why my millionaire is better than your millionaire, is pretty important. That's just my 2 cents. I'm not a millionaire, so I can punch up. I have the right to punch up at these guys. Anyways, fun topics this Friday, right? I need to quickly take a trick. Gemini? Bless your soul. I will stop talking about this for your own rights. All that you need to know is that I intensely despise them because of how they're running optics. I think I do despise a lot of them because of their positions and, like, how they treat themselves. That's just it. Nope. One, we're gonna be... You're lucky. It's like, it reminds me of the same thing, where it's like, I have a friend who's, like, very upset with how Disney's handled Star Wars. And I talked to him, it's been 1 month since I've seen anything involving Star Wars drama on the TL. I think the last time I saw anything Star Wars related was when they released that comic, where they implied Watto was killed, and everybody was having memorials for Watto. And that was more funny than anything. I think, like I said, put positive spin. Is there any YouTubers you guys have, like, that are rather recent that you've been enjoying a lot? One of my goats who has not changed in the past decade, and I love it for him, is Manly Badass Hero. I think he's one of few unsung heroes because plays random RPG Maker games, random indie games that he finds interesting, and just rolls with it. I think his channel is so entertaining because of his variety of content and his commitment to like completing things and always respecting the vision of people who make that stuff. He's pretty old, but I think he's been one of the most consistent channels out there, and I really love him for that. Let's get some positivity in here, actually. Let's talk about shit you like. I've already talked about Madular, who's pretty recent, but his coverage of RPGs of the late 90s kids, you know, people like me, borderline Zoomers. I'm not like a die-hard Oni fan, but I do still enjoy some of his one-offs, and it's like I think his biggest hits have been like the Sonic playthroughs. They've been pretty good. He is definitely consistent. I think like some of the energy does wane, but it's like when you like inject Corey with the Straight Man or like with Dave, I think he keeps stuff cycling enough that keeps him returning for some playthroughs. I think he's pretty solid overall as a YouTuber. Sometimes like it does get like slightly brain rottish. I'll admit that. Where sometimes it gets too stupid, and that's mostly with Corey, not gonna lie. But I think it's pretty solid. Red Letter Media, always a good staple. They have not changed as well, and I love their genuine love for film discussion and just talking casually about film. I really enjoy them for that. I think, by the way, I think our Simpor is just going to sweep at this point. There's a few that I wanted to like, but don't. Like, I've been watching Press A for some of his Pikmin challenge runs. The challenge runs and how he goes through them is very interesting and smart. I just don't like how he puts his content together. But again, I still think it's it was kind of interesting to watch. He establishes a pretty solid narrative to his stuff. Thank you. Thank you for using the suicide button. I will not make the same mistake again. Oh, wait, that's right, we're on set mode. Yeah, I know this is actually good. Okay, we're gonna want to swap here. Get him moist. Okay, I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I did that. Oh my... Dude, I'm thinking so hard right now. Okay, let's actually go back and heal. Here, let me actually just bring out my phone to check about, because like I have a separate YouTube account just for cultivating recommendations. I highly recommend that. Like, you have your main account for browsing, and then you have like a separate account which you just leave history on. Magic Mush. Oh, Magic Mush is a fantastic New Age creator. He's like covering all the weird stuff I used to be into. In fact, like to an uncanny degree. There's Magic Mush. Running Shine, I think, is one of the legends. And not just for the Yeek video. Every single one of his videos is actually like god tier. It is, but that's what I'm saying. Like, think about channels that you guys like, and like share that stuff around. Because I think it's like because of how YouTube is natured, the the long-term, really weekly produced content is easy to rise to the top. So it's important to like just casually chat about people you like Madular, Magic Mush. So I would technically say Running Shine, but he uploads very infrequently for good reason. What else do we got? Pardon me, I'm just going through, like, what's it called? I think the latest video, which kind of got me updated on the iDub situation, I watched just a few because I was really bored at work. There's one that guy that did a homemade content comp on iDubbbz, which gets the best because he made his video a fundraiser for cancer research because he's like, you know what? I'm gonna make donate to this fund. I'm making this video a fundraiser to make sure I donate more to charity than Creator Clash ever did. And I think I think out of all the drama videos, if you're gonna do a drama video, attach a cancer research fundraiser to that, man. So I can respect him for that. I'm watching like quite a few like random videos as well. Lemon I think is pretty damn consistent. I think he Lemon, I think I talked about him before. I'm gonna do this. Lemon, I think, is very good. And he's one of the most relatable. Because he angrily says what we're all thinking, but no, we'd be called, like, bitch-ass, jobless, you'd be called jobless if you point out. I kind of have that respect for him. His video on Office Space is very well put together, because it's, like, both about Office Space and doubling about, like, hey, you know what, this is how the modern work world actually really sucks. And he's pretty dang on point. Chill Let's Players / Vloggers, I think that's when the business half is. I think it's just very hard to have any good outreach as a Let's Player nowadays. Because it's like you got live streaming now. I think live streaming is what really killed Let's Plays in the long run. Because live stream, and I'm guilty of this as well, the real-time interactivity, unless you have like a really strong personality, the real-time interactivity streaming allows for makes Let's Playing mentally so much better than just like, you know, creating a Let's Play, uploading it, and then letting it roll. Unless like you're kind of like a little bit chaotic and have like some eccentric personalities that aren't captured best through streaming, is when Let's Playing is superior. Alright, who's ready for the moist sweep? Hey, what's up guys, Moist Critical here. Today I'm playing Poop Butt Fart Simulator 20. Let's sweep this guy. Isn't Critical into competitive Pokemon now? The moist sweep. Yeah, and I think that's the other thing. In order to make enough Let's Play content to keep up with the modern landscape, you need a good editor too. So like now Let's Plays are a bit of an investment. We got the moist sweep. Nice, and that is a first gym cleared in just 1 hour. Yeah, we got rare candies this time. Instead of, like, manually grinding, we got rare candies, and because, like, this, it took, like, around 12-ish hours. Multiple streams to get to the 6th gym, and then we crashed there. Now that we have rare candies, I think that'll help with, like, a majority of the slowdown. I talked with a friend about this, but I think the weakest part about Black and White is the really restrictive early game. This is what your party's gonna look like up until you beat the normal type gym leader. And then things really start to open up after Castelia City. But your party looks pretty dang bland. Okay, now we got, okay, instead of going for mana, because I kind of screwed up and got a little pup, I think a Pat Rat is good to at least have, so we can, like, get that stuff kind of, swapped. I'm gonna try and manipulate for an Audino. I still think, because it's like, I've got a different plan. Instead of gambling on a Roggenrola or Rubat, I'm gonna do some manipulation and go for a Drillbur early game instead. So we can get a Drillbur, since Drillbur's pretty damn good, not gonna lie. And then, but we need someone tanky to, like, help blast us through Lenora and eventually Aliza. So I think Audino would fit that bill pretty well. Let me actually make sure we got our next battle loaded up. Next is gonna be we beat. No, we didn't beat. We beat Charon at the trainer school, so we gotta mark him as dead. Next is Charon at the preschool in Route 3. We are hoping for a Blitzel. P-Dove and Purloin are really kind of ass. We do not want them. Actually, no, wait. Oh, shit, but we do want... If I had to gamble between a Mana or a Blitzel, I'm hoping for a Blitzel, okay? There's the orb. Man. Spam tackle. We're not gonna get bited at least. Yeah, we're trying to get back where we were, and I think the early game in this is pretty rough. Just because, like I said, how restrictive it is. Like, I think the respect I do give is that the gym leaders are pretty spooky. I think Lenora is definitely, like, the first two gyms exist to stop you from, like, solo leveling up your starter Pokemon and nothing else. And it's probably the stuff you have to do after the first gym. I think I did kind of compare it to, like, Fire Red and Leaf Green, how it's, like, in that game, you have, like, a much better, palette of, starter of, like, Pokemon to pick from, before the first gym. This one? Pat Rat, Monkey, Dog, Cat, and if you're lucky, Mana. Even then, the Mana isn't available until after the first gym. So, like, you get a nice diverse, like, about typing, and, like, you're stuck with a lot of normals here. Alright. Let's get ourselves an Audino. Okay, now we're gonna throw some balls. We're gonna give you, like, the fancy ball. Nice! Okay. What YouTuber should Audino be? It's like there's Internet Anarchist, there's Sloptuber, there's Turkey Tom, but I think if we get a bird, we should name that Turkey Tom. We already got Moist Critical. If it's stepping on shaking graph frame perfect dupes. No! Weeaboo, this was intentional. We are commit, like, I'm thinking we should be, like, commit strong to the rules. And now we're just naming everyone after YouTubers. You know what? Do you know who's a Sloptuber now? I remember when I used to be tricked by your content. Well, granted, I think his content still has merit, but now he's like full-on /V dude, this is soul, and doesn't really define what soul is. Illuminati? She's cancelled. I was just scrolling down and saw, like, his Oblivion talk, and I think it's like his content has merit, but he is not making it because he cares a lot. He's just saying, like, dude, it's soul. Which is fine to make stuff for your friends, but when you make a video about it, it's like, you know... You don't need to make a video saying it's like, you know, the Oblivion remake isn't as good as, like, old Oblivion. In fact, I think the Oblivion remake retains the soul of old Oblivion, because, like, most of the quirks and bugs are still down. It's mostly just, like, a kind of, like, alright visual upgrade. Well, I haven't actually kept up with him. I just saw his, like, his Oblivion video. Call of Duty has lost its meaning. Yeah, I don't know. Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, which is arguably... They could, like, easily summarize why it's kind of like a shoddy remaster. Remember Halo, because he's complaining about the TV show. The brilliant fighting game community. Oh, man. I think it's like... I think his best videos are... I would prefer if you be quiet, SGDQ 2014. Most awkward moments at Minecon? He uploaded that? I think his content would be best when he's like, okay, let me cover all these promises these developers made and how they, like, really failed to live up to expectations. I think his content like that is pretty solid. But then when he gets into, like, soul talk, it's like, oh, okay. And yeah, that's actually kind of because, like, some of his best content is just, like, the short-form videos, but still. Man. Anyways, we got Grubcat here. What do you know? We gotta look at modest. Special attack. Is secret power. Let's level you up. We could probably get you some special attack stuff. Because, like, I was thinking, we're gonna try a different pivot. Instead of gambling on a 50-50 Roggenrola or Woobat, where we were like relying on Roggenrola to carry us, I'm thinking we can cut out the middleman and get someone who's just good utility-wise with Audino here. And have that bulk just kind of like carry us a bit. Double Slap is alright. I'm guessing that's why I probably would have liked some better attack. I think 14 is when you learn Secret Power? Oh. I think Attract Double Slap would be a very good go-to, though. What's the next level cap? The next level cap is 20. That is also a huge jump. Between now and Lenora, Lenora just has level 20s, and it's like, that's a 6-level jump. Actually, no, that's pretty consistent. Never mind. That's actually pretty alright. But Secret Power is what we're looking for. Oh, forgot to mute this. But yeah, the idea with Audino is just letting her bulk be like just a good option to swap to eat some to eat some shit. Because we might be ditching Roggenrola, which is gonna make Lenora a bit of a monster. I'm thinking we might stuff the rat for Lenora. Oh yeah, also, I forgot to, swap it to, set mode. Oh, we gotta talk to the scientist. Sorry, old man. There's a line of ants walking there. Yeah, I like these first two gyms, I think, like, leaves a very strong negative first impression. Because they're meant to, like, make children cry. Like, this one is like, okay, hey, you love you turbo grinded your starter, guess what? Here's like, a hard counter to your typing. Then Lenora's, hey. You know, you're trying to sweep? Watchog retaliate. Have fun, bitch. I said no, I didn't want to learn more. I think I was talking with a friend about that and how nasty it is, along with I think I already talked out loud about like how the gym design is pretty well made to stop traditional sweep strategies. These guys give the hard counter to your starter. Lenora's got the Retaliate Watchog, which is just going to, like, delete the hell out of, whatever the heck you got there. So if, like, you try to solo tank it without a rock type, Lenora's going to come in and ruin your day. Elisa has, Emolga, so you just can't ground type sweep. Berg has Dwebble to cover for, like, any, to cover for any flying type sweeps. So it's like you do need to like have a slightly diverse party, or else Dwebble's gonna come in, hit you with Smackdown, and then just like kill you. Fire type, and like, it even covers for Fire type too. I think the only thing that isn't truly covered is Rock type, but then you got Leaveney with a pretty potent Razor Leaf to deal with that. I do like that very intelligent design to it. Make those kids suffer a bit, you know? Wasn't this where I lost the Pokemon to a preschooler in my first run? Hold on, I think this unlocks new stuff in the shop, too. I was talking about, like, and he even mentioned how it's, like, the other game that kind of did that was, was Fire Red and Leaf Green with its intelligent design, with just like a really brutal Elite Four and some really brutal gym design. Alright, we are hoping for Blitzel, because I think Blitzel offers some very good electric-type coverage. He's very fast, pretty good. He's a pretty solid pick, so losing him also kind of contributed to our downfall. Well, we don't need to fight these daycare people, thankfully, since we like it's not required to fight the daycare. We're gonna have to like fight these toddlers though. Like, yeah, knowing that we don't have to grind does kind of, like, help ease things a little bit. But the game throws plenty of mandatory trainers at you to, you know, keep things spicy. Even if Veteran Ray was in most of my deaths came from completely optional trainers in the last run. Hold on, don't you fight Charon at the preschool? We do, okay. So Charon starts off with the pig. So we're gonna give him the moistening. We will not make the mistake and lose Simpor. Oh no, wait, he's at the preschool, not the daycare. There we go. There you are, children. Yeah, these early fights outside the gym ones, it's like pretty straightforward. Uh-oh! Wrench! Height disadvantage detected. Bro's growling? Dude, we got special attack. I can't believe I underrated Moist Critical, man. I can't believe I let you die to gosh dang Bide. Alright. Now we got our next encounter. Oh, also, let me get my, hold on. I'm not sure how I feel about Pokemon directly referring weaknesses, like, right in the typing. But I kind of appreciate it now that I have more important things to remember, not gonna lie. I think, I think it's like, show weaknesses in moves should be like a toggleable option. But, yeah, I forgot to have my typing chart. I think grass attacking is electric attacking. Grass, okay. I think I'm like, I'm too, spooked by what's-his-face. By Magnemite, and grass types doing nothing against him. Alright, we are hoping for Blitzel. Blitzel! Blitzel! Okay, you know what? Duplicate. Blitzel! Blitzel! Ah! I guess we can begrudgingly take you. Let's hope for nature that that boosts his special attack. I think then we can get a bit more value out of him. Alright, who's a bird? Who the heck is a bird sloptuber YouTuber? What do we got? Let me, I gotta look through. Jaden animations, true. Oh, no, I got it! Jacques! Frederick Knudsen! Oh! Okay, that's so painful, man. Don't remind me of that tragedy of Frederick. If those who don't know, Frederick Knudsen just went on to become a VTuber and did not tell his Patreons. I think it's kind of scummy. Oh yeah, let's take a look at that nature. What do we got? Brave. That's another brave. That's not good, actually. That's really bad. If it's like, if I remember that correctly. Ah, yeah, he's definitely gonna be like our stopgap for a flying type. Yeah, I've been reading. Wait, blue and red No way, is that really it? I didn't notice that! Dude, that's actually kind of cool! I was just using, like, my Nuzlocke tool here. But yeah, this is not good. So, I did actually just a tiny bit of reading. What makes P-Dove so ass is that P-Dove has very good attack, very good base attack, but he learns no physical flying moves. All the flying moves he learns are special. So it's like, he's better as a normal type than a flying type. I can't believe I didn't notice that. No, I never noticed that. That's crazy. Dude, I don't play Pokemon super often to notice these details. Like, I give it too little credit. Alright, I gotta turn my fan. It's getting moist in here. Thank you for pointing that out, Gemini. That's actually kind of crazy. Either way, Jacques will help during the bug gym, so it's not a huge loss. Yeah, dude, I never finished hitting puberty. I think it's, like, worthwhile to get these guys at least up to par in case of, like, disaster. But yeah, like, figuring out that P-Dove actually really sucks just because of his learned moveset, and there's very few good physical TMs you can teach him as well for flying type coverage. So I think as a normal type, he's pretty fine, but as a flying type, which is kind of like what you need him for, it's really rough. He doesn't even learn Peck. Can't learn Wing Attack, can't learn Peck. What's the problem, bro? Okay, so that's all set up. We're gonna shift F1 there. We're gonna make our save state. And, with that, it's Wellspring Cave next. Instead of going for the 50-50 Rock and Roller Woobat, we are going to force an encounter with Drover. Have Moist Critical take the front. Moist Critical is currently like our sweeper. Actually, one thing I think, I guess it's kind of hard to talk about booktubers. There's actually the one, I have to give some credit to BreadTubers a little bit. There's one kind of more lefty-ish one that I watched that was kind of like talking about book talk. But she made a pretty good point where it's like people are kind of having a moral freak out about romantasy and how like a lot of book talk is just kind of smut. But at the same time, it's just more that people are sharing their AO3 industries and finding the publishing industry instead of just like sticking to Harry Potter fanfiction on AO3. So it seems worse than it actually is. Which I think is a pretty fair point to make about book talk. I personally would argue that book talk is not very good. But, you know. I would say it's bad to like break marketing down to tropes because that negatively shifts the publishing industry, which is already pretty it's already rough enough with the publishing industry, and book talk does kind of like hurt breaking into the industry. But for the most part, she's kind of right about the users, how like the users aren't exactly to blame there, because it's like, it's technically not abnormal behavior. Teenage girls love their yaoi. And that's a fact of life that you're gonna have to accept. Hey guys, I wonder what's gonna happen here. The rat. What's up, everybody? This Pat Rat situation is pretty crazy. You know what? I'm not gonna risk it. Why is Bide so strong, bro? Why is Bide so strong? Oh, Chromecat's dead. There goes my big brain strategy. I thought that extra defense would mean something. On the upside, I'm glad I was smart and swapped out to Adino. I just did not expect him to vaporize. I'm like, that was kind of like astonishing. I gotta look up Bide, hold on. Okay, so Bide has increased priority, so that was at least smart. Bypasses accuracy checks, hits ghost types. Damage received during this period is counted as equal to the last amount of damage done. Oh, okay, I actually gotta read how this works. What the heck? Oh my god, I'm an idiot! I should have read this! You're not supposed to attack somebody who's biting? That's why it kills, because it literally just stockpiles damage and unleashes it. They aren't kidding. I'm stupid! That's how it works! I didn't know that! I thought it was just a high-power normal move! So that's why everything was dying! It deals flat damage! Oh my god, dude, my brain... Yeah, me too! That's crazy! You died! That's why! I never wanted. No! I can't believe that. I like how half of chat is like, how did you didn't know? And the other half of chat is like, oh my god, that's how it works. I am justified here. But now we know. Now we know, chat. Oh yeah, let me update the memorial. Probe Cat did not have enough soul to live. I can't believe that. Well, just add that since we're getting a bit weird with it. Probe Cat, Audino. I can't believe that. We captured her at like 8 and lost her at 15. And that was, I would say mistake in a trainer fight. Rest in piss, Audino. Rest in piss. Oh my god. Now we know at least. Now we know. Now we cannot get hit by Bite ever again. Which is a shame, because we only encounter a lot in the early game. We are not getting an accident to the counter here. We are not. We are not. We are popping that repel so we don't accidentally get a Woobat. And we actually gotta get creative with Retaliate, with Watchog's Retaliate. Look, man, some of us have like the, Bide, because it's storing your energy, and like, Bide, he's storing his energy. Alright. I can't believe it. But like I said, we're taking these deaths on the nose. We are being true blue, now that I actually know how this works. Oh, man. We're gonna rename this to Stupid Idiot Nuzlocke at this point, at this rate. Yeah, you know. "100 mistakes in a Pokemon Nuzlocke." Yeah, that's genius. That's actually really funny. Can I survive with 100 mistakes in a Nuzlocke? But rest assured, we get our Pinwheel Forest exterior encounter. We fight N, who's gonna send out a Pedo, Timber, and then Tadpole. Okay, so maybe we can get lucky with a Soccer Throw. A Timpole is, I think the worst thing we could get is a Timpole. But we're looking for a Sock Throw or Timber. Because at least then, we can stuff somebody and then have that person just like kick Watchog in the nuts. We can also have you spam quick attack for the next encounter. Oh yeah, we're also getting our mole, aren't we? So we're gonna head on over to Wellspring Cave. Let's get ourselves a mole. We will not make a mistake here, though. We've got Thief. Alright. Okay, he's ground type. Let me make sure I got this right. Ground type is, only weak against poison and... Well, no, that's Offender. Ground attacking. It's weak against grass, so we can have, Servine sit at the front. Oh, you know what? It's an ice gem. We're gonna walk. Because I don't want to run out of repel, or... Oh, we can run. I'm not gonna fast forward. No mistakes. We are... With that's a pretty nasty mistake early on, so we gotta pull us out by the bootstraps. Fighting gem. Not bad. Okay, I guess we're gem grinding here. Anyways, chat, how's your Friday going? Hope you all had a good week. I got myself a second job. And, so I'm gonna be working at the office and working at a home office, watching Gundam while, doing clerical work. So I'm feeling pretty good about how, next week's gonna be. It's good, too, because it'll work perfectly with my stream schedule. It's gonna give me a reason. You know what? That reminds me of a good topic. How are y'all at waking up in the morning? My brain needs a job to wake up in the morning to get myself out of bed proper. I can, like, get a good 8 hours of sleep, and if I can sleep it, like, in for an extra few hours, my brain will definitely be like, you know, you don't have to wake up today. It's really hard to, like, it's difficult for me to, like, motivate myself without consequences that somebody else will enforce. That's kind of like why I want to lean into doing more work, because that's, like, more consequences to actually get me out of bed. And once I get out of bed and moving in the morning, I have my morning coffee, and then I can be productive. I just don't waste any time. And I think that's pretty powerful to have. Where's the drop? Okay. Alright. And that is a drummer. Gonna tackle ya. You know, dust ball ya. Nice! And that is going to be, like, one of our early mid-game carries, especially when he evolves. What we gonna name him, chat? Pyrocynical? That's too joyous to be pyrocynical. Let's think of, like... What about... Okay, let's make this, like, an older YouTuber. Let's not do SlopTubers, I have no clue who Dan Green is. He's gonna be good. So we want positive emotional connection. Not just kidding. We gotta, like, name... what do we got? Who the heck is, like... There's no mole tubers, I guess maybe there's, like, a commentary channel who's a mole. You know, let me actually look at this channel subscription, because this channel I used for all my subscriptions back in the day. Who am I still subscribed to on this channel? You guys are getting a look into the deep recesses of my mind. Oh, it's just not showing who I'm subscribed to on a desktop view, because YouTube is great like that. YMS, oh my god, I can't believe I used to watch YMS a lot. I still think some, like, his movie reviews are impossible to watch now that I'm older, but I think a few of his older Let's Plays were pretty funny. I Hate Everything. I Hate Everything is kind of perfect, because I think he's, like, just a perfect channel that, like, captured a bunch of teenage frustration. Everybody kind of grew up with I Hate Everything, so I think that's pretty interesting. Crafted movie? Oh my god. Larry Bundy? True? You know what? Actually, no. I'm gonna name off a good fallen legend. It's funny because I used to call him Motendu, but his name's actually supposed to be pronounced Mountain Dew. I highly disagree with him going to start a VTuber, so like assistant production of a VTuber production company. But I do highly respect him reaching out and giving, like, VFX jobs to all of his old, YouTube boot friends, his, YouTube booper friends. I I respect him a lot for that. I do not respect V Shoujo at all. But by God, Motendu's a cool dude. Rat Boy Genius! Oh, that's a good one, too. Like, I think we should just, like, do either dead YouTubers, or aspect of dead YouTubers, or slop-tubers. Motendu, I think, had a pretty good retirement. I need to find somebody who I'm gonna name like, Folding Ideas. Folding Ideas, oh my god. I think Folding Ideas is, like, a channel that I would say is the perfect faux video essay channel. Where he pretends to use, like, a lot of big words and research, but most of his, like, references just kind of come out of his anus. Yeah, Mud Slap is pretty poopy, so... I mean, I totally don't hate Folding Ideas because he made a hit piece, and it was actually a hit piece on Doug Walker, because he went out on to like, oh, I deeply hate Doug Walker, and then just used The Wall as a reason to clown on him. The Wall is a bad video, but it characterizes Doug so hilariously. Because after that video, people are like, oh yeah, Doug Walker thinks he's a brilliant artist, you know? And then he got made fun of, like, horribly, but, like, really mean by Oni Plays, and then Doug was like, you know what, I like that. Let them make fun of me. And that was really funny. And then everybody, like, just started, like, hop back on the Nostalgia Critic train. The only people who still hate him are BreadTubers, who are just salty because, they couldn't cancel him. Oh, that's true! That's so true, Spam! Okay, hold on. We're not gonna take any risks anymore, by the way. We're just gonna make sure we get up. Hold on. I think we're on Route 3. So the first guy we encounter... Oh yeah, there was also the nursery aide, which killed us. With the biting pat rat. That was the breeder up north. This is a school kid with a Blitzel. It just has quick attack, tail whip, charge, and shockwave. So we can just negate charge, have him waste turn with time of charge. We named him, frick me. My brain fart there. But I guess we'll see in a second. Motundu, yeah. After a good old legend. Oh, we didn't look at his nature. Let's actually, I gotta log his nature too. You can't check nature here. Come on, waste your time with charge and tail whip. Thank you. Okay, good. No double crit hit, so we're in luck. We're in luck. Oh, also, I forgot. Okay. Let's check that nature quick. First of all, we're gonna potion ya. -1 health. Actually, you know what? That -1 health might come in handy. We're gonna be a bit careful here. We're gonna be smart. Calm, which boost attack, lowers special defense. Solid, very solid. I'll take that. I will gladly take that. Now wait a second. It says here, calm boosts speed. Hold on, unless they change it. Oh! Boost special attack. Did I read that backwards? Have I been reading this backwards? Boost special attack and defense lowers attack. Okay, no, I got... What? Increased stat is red, decreased is... So it's special up, increases... Oh! Okay, I'm misreading it. SPD is special defense, not speed. Okay, so that's not super optimal, but... you know. Okay. So we got increased special defense, decreased attack. So that's not the best, but I still think we can work with that. Okay, up next we got the girl with the Woobat. So we have Sunny V2 just bite the poop out of them. Alright, we are back and moving. We are back and schmoofing. Judrun. Okay. This is the one that got us with the Woobat. But we will not make our mistake again. We're gonna bite the balls off you. There we go. Vengeance achieved. I hope my desk fan also isn't being cut by the mic. Okay, we can ignore you. And you have a P-Dove and a Rock. So we are gonna go with Moist Critical here. He's gonna dump some drama on you. Nice. Weakens fire type moves. I don't think we really need that. Nice. I was gonna say at home. Oh. Alright. Also we got that Calm Drillbur. We got N next. And then Lenora. And he gives you the Chesto types because, the Chesto berries. Because that Watchdog will be spamming Hypnosis. Okay, nice. Is there anything... I forget. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. It's black, too. Yeah, it's a move tutor here, so let's see what we got. So yeah, we are also going to get an Arcan. That's going to give us some good rock type and flying type coverage. It'll give us an actual good flying type, and we got N up ahead. Any items we can get. Miracle Seed, we get the Dazzling Machine, get the Chesto Berry. So get nothing too crazy here. Okay. So we are gonna gun straight for Pinwheel Forest. I'm just gonna do this. I can't remember your trainer or not. Okay, Rock Smash. Okay. Could probably teach somebody Rock Smash if we don't get a fighting type. Yeah, we could probably Rock Smash with the Motendu and sweep that way. We'll just stuff the rat for Retaliate, then bring in Motendu safely. But we get our outside encounter. Odds are in our favor, we just gotta hope it's not a Temple. What do we got? Okay. Not the worst thing in the world, at least. Any fighting type. I guess Temple is the highest encounter rate here, huh? A Sock is a 10%, and a Timber is 20%. So yeah, I guess I should have anticipated that. Oh well. I don't think he's the absolute worst, but as long as we got Sim for, okay, Temple, what are we gonna name you? What old YouTubers do I have here? He does evolve into a frog. Onienji is, you know... Okay, yeah, let's go. He makes slop that I like. Sorry, he's in hell now, though. Alright, so no luck there, really. Okay, I think we can get the next gym done. So, my idea. We'll give a Chesto Berry to Motendo. Let's see, the level limit is, oh, we still gotta fight N before we enter. It's gonna be 20. Let's beat N before we do. So we're just gonna swoosh him. Yeah, we're just gonna have Jaquez, like, kill him. Alright. That's true. I was like saying, like, who's got that stupid smile? And yeah, it's Temple. Jaquez should have the advantage here. He's faster, stronger, and meaner too. The first member. Oh, that is not good. Let's moisten him. Begin the moistening. Alright. That is a Servine sweeping. Nice dodge of that. Double dodge. Is fighting not very effective against grass? I'd assume so, but let's just double check. It's only not very effective against poison, flying, psychic, and bug, and fairy. Okay, yeah, that might be an issue. What does growth do again? Attack and special attack. I feel like, hold on. 24 defense compared to, he's still the most defensive, so... we can't swap safely to Jacques because he took a crit hit. Hold on. Let me just make sure I got my math. Twice the normal damage. Hold on. I'm going straight to analyzing footage before we make risks. 37 to 27. So a critical hit will deal 20 damage. Okay, now he's likely to get hit by a crit hit. Can swap back in Servine. Now that he's at full power, too. Yeah, that's much better. That's much better. So we will work with that. That's 35... Hold on. That's 6 damage, so we only deal 12 with a crit hit. So we're good. We should be good just to tackle spam. Nice, nice. I think we played that pretty safe. You know, focus energy is the only time where I like want to legitimately start like being a bit extra worrisome about crit hits. I don't think we're actually gonna get much use out of Fury Swipes. Alright, so next we have, that's N. Beaten. Mark that as victory. Next is Lenora, so everybody's gonna be like around level 19. Haircut is pretty alright. Get Growl. I think I just gotta like take that kind of like knowledge, you know. Bite is good against Psychic, but we've also got Lick. I think actually Bite is better than Lick, ain't it? Much better than Lick, okay. I feel like Mud Sport would be just really handy for Lisa, but... We don't need Rapid Spin. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, fuck Scratch. Leaf Tornado, that's very good. The actual good damaging move now. Servine is evolving! Who's that Pokemon? Servine! Oh. I guess you're evolving now. Oh. I'm an idiot. I guess you're not evolving. I can't level him up anymore, though. There we go. Isn't it nice when you don't have to, like, grind? Alright, so we got everybody all set to go. Jacquet, so for this gym, let's see here. It's a Patrat Herdier. Like, we can pretty much beat him with anything at this point. So what we're gonna do is, the plan is still to stuff the rat for Retaliate, use it to bring out Drillbur, and then Karate Chop his butt. But I think now that I didn't realize that someone evolving, let's take a look at some attacks. Like, you're 44. 36. 25. I think Herdier might be a much better option, just because, we can swap out into him, Intimidate can proc, and then we can just take down. Unless by some miracle Watchog survives that Retaliate, but I do not, I'm anticipating the worst. Alright, now we gotta do this puzzle. Is there any other moves I can teach here? Rock Smash. Sunny V2 can learn it, okay. I guess Sunny V2 is gonna be the sweeping V2. I don't know. I have no interest in Hazbin Hotel. I've seen some people talk about it, and, yeah. The only thing I know is how Hazbin Hotel's like, you know, these demons, they could be redeemed, but it's like, dude, you got a cannibal down there. Let's get this puzzle done. Okay, let's beat ya. Nice. Yeah, I think, like, definitely this game hurts on replays, because these first two gyms are not that interesting, even with a challenge run. So that's mostly due to, the limits in selections you got. Alright. After this, we'll hit the Pokemon Center, and then, get ready to speak Lenora. And Sunny V2? We're here to talk about the, what the heck does Sunny V2 even make now? I only saw a few of him because he made, like, generic video essays. Can't believe I'm looking up his channel. How Scientology destroyed a popular skateboarding channel? Why is Minecraft so nostalgic? I think the only good video I kind of saw of his was how primitive building videos are staged, which I think is really important. And the other one was I think he covered Notch very briefly, and I think it's actually kind of like a more sympathetic look on Notch, which I think is pretty nice. It's good to understand how the hell he kind of, like, ruined his own life. Sad, lonely, and $2.5 billion. That is a very good summary of his life right now. Okay, we are in good hands right now. She's not pathetic. She requires prep time. And I do commend the devs for that, like, how you do need to, like, plan around to retaliate. I mean, like... Because that Watchhog is a demon. Okay, so, she's gonna start off with a herdier of her own. Oh yeah, also, let us... I need to update my box. Alright, let's do a quick compare before I go too crazy, because I do want to, like, just see how things fare up, because like I said, we gotta, like, play maximum risk mitigation here. So I think we could start off with Servine to spam Leaf Tornado to deal with her Herdier. Then we swap then we stuff the rat. The rat's gonna, like, instantly die. Swap out to Herdier, and then, we're gonna probably Rock Smash to, make our way through this. Servine might also be pretty good, cause, actually, no, it's mostly Crunch and Retaliate, so... Yeah, I think Herdier is going to be our best bet here. Because then we can swap it out, proc Intimidate, have the Chesto Berry to survive that, and if we run into any issue, we can swap out to Servine. Hey, Distance, yeah, it's going alright. Moist Critical, or okay, who? I think Servine deals more damage, but let's just do a quick look. Your special attack is 31, high speed, very good. Your special attack is 28, but same speed, so we can have Servine take the lead. Servine will outspeed him as well, and has a pretty good defense, too. I wish I was the real Dog Walker. You know how much power you could have over the modern internet if you were the Nostalgia Critic? I think the last thing, just to be safe, just to cover in case we have to, like, do an emergency swap, is an Oranberry. Do you know how much, like, you could influence the modern web if the Nostalgia Critic was still powerful? Alright. Hold on 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Had to handle something real quick. But yeah, let's go. Alrighty, so Servine's gonna sweep with Leaf Tornado. Botman Rat Cat, who's going to die to retaliate. Bring in Sunny V2, Intimidate procs, and then we just Rock Smash that. Let's go. Wanted to start with a special attacker just because of Herdier's Intimidate. So we want to be operating at full force here. Nice, no miss here. That might kill. But we're still in the clear here. And then we're gonna use a simple tackle to finish off, no miss. I forgot about potions. She's got potions, alright. Okay. I completely forgot about potions. Ah! So defense 38, he's gonna probably use takedown a few more times. Please, dude, is this it? Yeah, you know what? We can use a potion. We're not playing super hardcore. We got potions too, you SOB. Dude, I'm afraid of that crit hit, though. Okay, we can at least get the kill with this. So Servine is no longer an applicable backup plan. Okay, here comes Retaliate. Rat Pat, it's been an honor. Yep! You are one nasty, nasty a-hole gym leader. Leer. Okay, so that evens out the attack, but if we just Rock Smash, we should be able to even things out. Just probably gonna waste turn with a few Hypnoses. Retaliate again. Thank God we got... Okay, here comes a Super Potion. No Super Potion. Okay. Clean, clean. I was expecting any Hypnosis, but no, she was out for fucking blood. She was out for blood. Okay. Woo! Okay. Leech Seed is only really good for stalling. I don't think Servine's best at that. But that was a worthy sacrifice, since we don't have any rock types. Somebody was going to die to Retaliate regardless. Retaliate itself is pretty dang strong, too. Alright, rest in peace, Rat Pat. Died to Lenore's Watchog. Yeah, I like that. It has an auto-generation on this site, and it says, sacrificing Patrat was a calculated decision to take out Lenore's Watchog and secure the win. Absolutely. Oh. God dang, this program is buggy as balls. This keeps this keeps crashing, so I guess we're just gonna remove the bread bug, this guy. And now we got Retaliate, which That's the funniest thing. I probably should have used this a bit better. Lenora's like full-on MILF, man. Retaliate itself, like, the double damage, I think, like, what Retaliate Strength is just being 70 power normal type. So you can just pop that on any Pokemon who can learn it. And you get some stab, so it is a very powerful move. It's like, it's better than Takedown. It's only got 5 PP, but who cares? Very good move. Very good move. Even without it. I'm just happy we got no crit hits and things like kind of went according to plan. What the hell does expired goods mean? What are you doing? Like, what the heck is Stepan Molyneux? It's like she's 30 years old, so over 90% of her eggs are gone. Sweet Summer Child? Don't Sweet Summer Child me. Alright, we're gonna hit the Pokemon Center. See, here's a good side-by-side comparison. Look how freaking large she is compared to everybody else, man. Because it's a kid's game. That's why all the pro tags are under 18, you fucking idiot. Sorry if it's all stuff, but come on. Okay, let's heal up. Oh wait, we gotta throw Pat Rat now. Yeah, I think, like, they are all, like, 16 in this game, but yeah. I wouldn't know, and I don't particularly care. Oh. Sorry, Adino, you're supposed to... Sorry, Crobcat, you're supposed to say now. Yeah, I don't get. I'm probably like too reformed. I'm too woke now for that. To understand what you're saying. I know on my end, it's like I still like edgy humor. I think like the best way that was that words why like Chris O'Neill's like what fucking Oni said it, where a lot of the funniness of edgy humor is just making the insinuation but not making any direct connection, and giggle as people make the connection in their brain and start to freak out, but they can't say it out loud. Who tried to come back? Oh, I'm completely gosh dang lost now. I think somebody here gives the Miracle Seed too, which is actually gonna be pretty good. I forget who here gives it, though, but we'll make sure to grab ourselves that Miracle Seed and schmooze on over. Is it related to Kanye? Oh my god. I don't... I don't know anything. All I know is I just saw his latest album. It's called, like, Hail Hitler or something. And it's just very freaking funny. Like, yeah, here's my album, Hail Hitler. It's like, what's wrong with you? It's so blatant. Elon Musk. It's probably like just the relation with Elon Musk now or something. Elon Musk is normalizing AI with too many boomers, and it sucks. Gork, is this true? Gark, can you confirm? Yeah, you know what? He is honestly insane. My favorite Kanye moment, it's very edgy, it's like when Alex Jones invited Kanye and tried to run the usual, it's like, yeah, you know, it's like they're unfairly calling you a Nazi to try and, like, you know, these liberals were calling black people who, like, stand apart Nazi, and then, like, Kanye's just like, oh, no, I'm a Nazi, hail Hitler, and like, took the voice away from Alex Jones. It's like, you gotta, that is pretty crazy to have, like, to leave Alex Jones speechless, you know? It's depressing, but, you know, it's like, I don't know how to react other than, like, bemusement. Anyways, we got 2 gym edges back today. I think that's some pretty good progress. Like, Up next, we're gonna get our second pinwheel encounter. I forgot to put Temple in. We will worry about your nature log. Yeah, General White Race Savior. You're much darker than I expected. Usually it's browner, but you know. Carl Jung's Wotan essay. I know Carl. Hold on. Well, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna read this right there. Wotan by Carl Jung. This is kind of a okay. You know what? Let's do this reading. We'll do a live reading of Carl Jung before we end stream. That's a good way to end it, right? Because this relates to Kanye, I guess. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's because when we looked at the time between 1945 of living in a world of events, we've been inconceivable for the war. We were even to begin to regard war between civilizations as a fable, thinking that such to become less than possible in an irrational, organized world. He's actually kind of right. He's kind of on the mark there. Like, World War I happening was kind of like, what the hell? That's a good way to describe it. It was a variable which is Sabbath. We shall have to wait some time before any of us kind of age day we are living in. Really curious. So when was this? This was written in 1936. Ancient God, Storm and Frenzy, the longest okay, we're using... What the heck is Quincent? The dormant Wotan should awake like an extinct volcano to new activity in a civilized country that long is supposed to have outgrown the Middle Ages. Come to life in the German youth movement, armed with... Wotan is a restless wanderer who creates unrest and stirs up strife now here, now there, and works magic. Soon changed by Christianity, the devil only lived up to facing the local instance as a ghostly hunter. Blah, blah, blah. The coincidence of anti-Semitism and the reawakening of Wotan. So this is all Wotan's fault? So Wotan is why Kanye became a Nazi? Isn't this like, what's it called? Does it believe in Wotan? What is it called again? Like the Demiurge? Gnosticism? Isn't this like another branch of like, kind of similar to Gnosticism? I'm sorry if I'm not reading this out loud, because I don't want to say anything, like, be like, what the hell? I'm just speed reading it, but... Let's see. Wotan is an Ifrigir, one who seizes a man who seizes man in until one wishes to defy Hitler, which has indeed actually happened. He is the only explanation. So, yeah, Wotan possessed Hitler. So Hitler fell victim to the plans of the Demiurge, basically. I get it. That's why. I know, like, from what I've studied about Carl Jung, he used to be a student. He used to, like, work with, Freud. Just, like, read with Freud, and eventually kind of, like, moved on to establish the idea of a collective conscious and further expanded on Freud's ideas in his own way. Believing that, like, all of human consciousness is connected in some universal way that we can't really fathom. So, the collective unconscious, I think. Hold on. Yeah, collective unconscious, not conscious. Because like I think that started off because like he was studying, like he would like widely study human history and catch patterns like where all these isolated parts of human history for some reason had like similarities in their culture. And he is like, you know, what if there's like some collective of unconscious that's binding us all together? No, 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 absolutely. I think it's like Freud and Jung did definitely shape a lot of SMT and JRPG writing. We all know about good old Xenogears and how it's just Gnosticism. I've always wanted, you know, I was talking about video essays before. I would really like an in-depth scholarly video essay going over Gnosticism very well. I've not found any, but I think there's probably like one really passionate YouTuber who like made a very good video about it, and because he made a very good video about it, he's like buried somewhere. I should definitely read those because, like, granted, I don't believe in Wotan. I believe more in economics driving 90% of things. But low key, there's some spiritualism you can even apply to economics, and this actually is kind of like, interesting. If you take it fictional, it is very that is. I need to read more about his archetype and stuff, but yeah, it's very interesting. I could say that. I mean, even like when he's talking about Wotan, he's kind of right. All human control comes to an end when the individual is caught in a mass movement. Then the archetypes begin to function, as happens also the lives of individuals when they're confronted in situations that cannot be dealt with in any familiar ways. Wotan's reawakening is a stepping back into the past. The stream was dammed up and has broken into its old channel. Damn. That's actually mildly interesting. I should really read more about him. I did like a research paper on him for AP History and found him pretty interesting, but none of that really stuck because I didn't go super deep into him. The prophetic Hitler Payton. Oh, that's the mother of all coincidences. Oh my god. Odin questioning the mirror, even the shadows, dude. That's crazy. Ah. Man. Yeah, sorry if I didn't show any of that on stream. I guess you can read it yourself. I think it's interesting. I think it's full of hokey. You can definitely draw lines and figure out why, like, and find a line of reason why people behave that way. It's not all the time, but it's like there's always reason there. It just requires personal perspective. I can't say. I think I can't say for sure, but I felt like I think I remember Jung was not very outgoing. But yeah, Aleister Crowley. Who the heck was Aleister Crowley? I guess post stream is looking at weird spiritual dudes. He's got a very round head. I could say that for sure. English occultist, magician, poet, novelist, and mountaineer. A prophet guiding himself to the Aeon of Horus. He called himself the Beast 666. Now I'm just gonna look up random quotes and judge him based on like what teenagers are. He feels like teenagers would quote him intentionally, like, "Whoa, he knows the truth. Those Christians don't." It is. Also, one of the first quotes that popped up: "One would go mad if he took the Bible seriously, but to take it seriously, one must already be mad." Dude. Hashtag Christians owned. You wrote the Book of Thoth? Hang on. I think the last person I found Aleister Crowley from was like a certain magical index. And he's just like upside down in a fish tank. The entire show. He does his schemes, and that's pretty much it. That's so edgy. I hardly ever talk. Words seem such a waste, and they are none of them true. No one has yet invented a language from my point of view. That's so edgy. Nobody can understand me. Or waste of time. Nobody's invented a language from my point of view. Your kiss is bitter with cocaine, huh? Happiness lies within oneself, and the way to dig it out is cocaine. Oh, man. I know I'm overly judging. It is like... It's always interesting to learn in deep and, like, pick the brains of fascinating people like this, to put it as a better word. Was it okay? I think I remember. Wasn't he like one of like the figureheads of the Satanism scare back in like the 60s? No, no, no. Oh no, no. It wasn't. It wasn't him. It was Antoine LaVey. No, I'm thinking about Antoine LaVey. I think. Yes, Anton LaVey, who founded the Church of Satan in the 60s ish. Count Saint Germain. Vaguely? Yeah, oh yeah, I think I remember, like, Crowley was, like, one of the, like, I think he'd probably be, like, one of the most famous occultists, which a lot of people, like, started to, like, reference for in pop culture. Anton LaVey was, the Church of Satan, who really kicked off, like, the Satanism scare. And yeah, man, people are very interesting no matter what, you know? And I guess that's a good way to wrap up string, being like, let's laugh at crazy people. Don't actually laugh at crazy people. Well, these crazy people are dead. Well, Kanye is still alive, but, you know, I feel pity for him, and I can say that at least. The only 18th century shitposter I know is Voltaire. And that's because he quite literally was a shitposter. They posted anonymous letters, and they were hilarious. He was also racist and anti-Semitic. So he was like one of the first posters of all time. You know what? I guess we could stick around. We got like a few more minutes. Saint Germain's Wikipedia. Gotcha. I can't believe it, guys. I'm becoming like a slot tuber. It's like I just read random Wikipedia articles. All right, guys. Let's look at this Saint Germain of Wikipedia. The Saint Germain situation is crazy. Alright, his real name and origins remain unknown. European adventurer who had interest in achievement, science, alchemy, philosophy, and the arts. He rose to prominence in European high society in the mid-18th century through his works and interest. Associated himself with some of the top contemporary figures, including Casanova, Voltaire, and Mozart. Should get a model first, yeah. Supposedly died. Supposedly 27th of February, but still. It's kind of easy. You can kind of even. It's a lot harder to pull this off in the age of information. Because once you're born, you're instantly assigned a number, you're instantly tallied, and it's really hard to live, like, to, like, make money without adhering to that number. But I guess, like, technically, if you're like a nepo, like, born, I guess that's probably what happened with Saint Germain. If you're like born, you're like a nepo baby. You can take that $5 million as a teenager and start just like fucking around and pretending to be immortal. But but the fact that it's like he had connections with like Casanova, Voltaire, and Mozart, very high class people. He's actually high class and wasn't just some really rich bum. Oh, Theosophy. I'm sorry. I'm like, it's just part of the series on Theosophy. And what I see is like an Ankh, a Star of David, and a swastika being circled by the Ouroboros. That is one of the icons of all time. I've actually read a few textbooks on ancient magic because I was really curious how ancient European magic and rituals worked. And I think the crust of it was make those rituals so stupid and obtuse and specific that if it doesn't work, it'd be like, yo, dude, the rat you used to sacrifice was not a virgin, so the ritual didn't work. Or, dude, you were like 5 centimeters off from the original point, so you know the ritual on like day 3 out of 5, so it didn't work. That's like there's that consistent pattern you read when you read like a whole bunch of like old European spell books and stuff like that. So basically, he went to school under a pseudonym with an immense amount of money. So yeah, that's what kind of sucks about the modern world. You can't do that, because if you want to get an education, they're going to start asking for stuff like, you know, your ID, your SSN. I guess theoretically, you could steal somebody's like, you could, like, get away with this by using stolen IDs and stolen SSNs, but man, that's really scummy, though. But back then, when it's like you didn't have like proper authentication, you absolutely could get away with this. And you probably could get away with this in places that aren't America or Europe. But I find it really hard to like get around anywhere without IDs unless you get really lucky and just do like odd jobs where it's just like you take cash under the table. So he started off as a traveling musician. People call him crazy. He's employed by Louis the 15th, a mime and comedian. He's doing every side quest. The Dutch Republic, the height of the 7 Years' War. I think the closest I can say to that is like if I Show Speed was anonymous, just a like random rich guy who's just appearing and doing random side quests. But I Show Speed got to do those side quests because he was I Show Speed. Well, I guess, okay, so I need to put that on rabbit holes. I guess I need to go down a Theosophy and, what's it called? Theosophy and more Jungian, and, I guess I gotta learn about that. I gotta learn more about, what's it called? What is it called? Fucking, the Demiurge. Gnosticism and more Jungian, I guess. But yeah, Tyler 1 is not doing random side quests. He's not, like, traveling the Earth and doing random, just appearing in random high courts for no reason. That's so funny, man. Textbooks typically. I find a few college textbooks on it and read it. Like, I think they're like when I was doing research on Aztec, you just like go straight to just like find some very well written and well read Mexican professors, since they're obviously gonna have like the most like cultural connection to Aztecs, and you just read about them, read about their culture and whatnot. There's a few good Western ones who have who have compiled very good in-depth histories. That's more for history. Usually, you just find like a very respected textbook and read through that. The internet does help streamline some of it because sometimes you can find a really good video essay that cites sources and like breaks it down to be consumable and not take a week to like read through and process and take notes and all that. But yeah, human collective unconscious situations crazy. Yeah. So okay, so who's Wotoon gonna is like Mr. Beast Wotoon? He's got the drive. He's the beast. Okay, that's still like mildly interesting to read. I might actually have to steal inspiration from that, but yeah. That should definitely be streamed for now. We just hit the 3 hour mark, so whew. I guess I gotta do some reading. I'm gonna continue Monday with this. I think right now we should be able to catch up to our previous progress pretty soon. The only real worry right now is okay, we're gonna sweep Berg pretty easy. We can just have what's his face? It's like we'll get Arcops, and Arcops can just rock everything. He's got good speed. Defeat is the only worry, so I can give him an Oran Berry to give him above 50% HP. But he's fast. He should outspeed everything and just completely sweep. He also gets wing attack too, and some rock moves. So Arcops is gonna be the sweep for Berg. Yeah, nothing is stopping. I don't think anything is stopping us from leaving Castelia, so we could get an Arcops for a sweep. Anyways, yeah, that's stream. Alright, now I'm gonna end it for real. I gotta wash my hands and get back to writing, because I've got some good ideas brewing. I gotta get to work. And cheers, chat. I will see y'all later.